what, again, fifth element, Infinity Lessons, know what I mean? Tricks Venomous in the place. He's gonna talk to a couple footage. Ernie Panacoli down Hip Hop Attraction, due north thing, know what I mean? I think this was 213, 211, 213. I don't know what year, one of the early years, but we get down to the deep sciences, you know, the slowing down of the music, the speeding up the music, and certain details, you know what I mean? He's gonna just lap this one together. Check it out.
You need to understand this and go back. Is that hip hop sampled everything? It sampled polka, Jewish music, Chinese Buddhist mantras, every fucking thing. If you listen to a Public Enemy song or a Prince song, you're liable to hear anything. And where hip hop went wrong, and this is what you need to understand, is that when hip hop started sampling itself, that's where it became incestuous. It's like sleeping with your mom and lost its soul. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
About he was saying like the beat. He was saying the beats aren't really happening, right? And if you go, you said something about scientific before we started hip hop, or you were saying something about scientific earlier. But I say if you see the DNA, you know what DNA looks like. I can't remember if it's 64 or 62. Either 64 or 62 DNA codes. Well, where 64. And how much are on? 20. So 20 DNA codes are on in a human being, right? As a we have DNA goes like this way, looking thing, right? And then
it's called the human genome.
Yeah. Did you see the thing where the frequency, emotion is the key?
Yes.
The emotion and frequency.
That's what I was talking about, the physical vibration of sound.
Yeah. So based on what he was saying, and based on what I'm saying, so when anger and all those kind of emotions come in, the frequency is lower. Like it takes slow and the DNA. So yeah.
And it also deals with something that the scientists can't put their fingers on, which is human chakras.
Yeah. So now, if you go back in a day, and you have like Shannon, Give Me the Light, King 45, Planet Rock, Jam on it, and you keep going, you'll see that there was an up-paced tempo. And now in the DNA thing, they said emotions are switched.
Yes.
Every human being has 22 turned on, so that means there's
a Russian scientist.
So the rest is turned on.
Garyev.
Yeah.
He did a study of.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But in accordance to what you're saying in the hip hop thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying is so. Okay. What I'm saying is, when you had all those old school acts, right, and it was like that, the music was uplifting, faster. That would create the b-boy. So the dancer would accelerate from just this little thing like this and a little thing like that, little tap dancing, Elvis type, do the twist and stuff. It caused the human being to accelerate. And next thing you know, they're doing backflips, spinning on their head, doing all kind of madness and people rapping. And then they started going faster and faster. And it started causing LA to know about what's going on in New York to know what's going on in Miami to know what's going on here. People in Toronto end up knowing what's going on over there. So it started to grow. So it's kind of getting on to what you're saying now about how when they took it over, right? So if the DNA in positivity touches more, if emotion causes it to touch more DNA clips, that means more that you go past 22. So I consider someone like Einstein, Bruce Lee, Michael Jackson, Nikola Tesla, and there's other names, very few, but their DNA, they open up those switches, right? Some further than others, but these are people that open up the switch of their DNA, and then next more abilities come to
Marley.
So by slowing the beats down, so by slowing the beats down, you take over the industry. You say the rap came, the gangster thing came, and all stuff. It went from people doing some fast acceleration thing to some slow like.
Wow, you guys listening to this? I'm getting an education. We're all getting an education.
Think about going from like a windmill head spin flare to something freeze to dust your shoulders out. Think about the difference between that. You know what I mean?
You're checking this?
Yeah.
That's part of what I was.
There's a very big difference. So it shows that
that's what
record labels, right, have such a grip on these artists. The artists are smart because if people are dumb, you might as well sell them dumb shit. As far as I'm concerned. And if you want to
I can't argue with that.
You might as well give them the
If you're going to take Donkey Beat,
it's not these guys. These guys are doing what they got to do, whatever.
That's why Karis once said they'll sell you donkey meat and swear it's fresh for 92, you suckers.
So they have to make sure everything slowed down to such a level. The only time we had slow music back then, another thing too, DJs, right? At the end of every jam, me and I used to talk about this, at the end of every jam back then, the last couple minutes, there'll be slow song. So you've already toned all the hypeness down. Everything's all hype, everything's
Everything's
crazy.
down.
And at the
Yeah,
end,
and then they bring in the
slow
lovers rock.
song comes down. That's, you know, man, that's the girl dancing and thing and thing.
Lovers rock.
People going home, that's man, you know what I mean?
It's
But
still
yeah,
like
but
that
now
they try
you don't even
to-
deal with that no more. You know what I mean? Now it's just like boom, it's like it could be hardcore straight to from the beginning.
Ace played dance from the Bronx exploding. Universal hip hop museum unfolding.
Breaking, elemental, breaking, fundamental, breaking, cross-continental, breaking, dancing, breaking, transcendental, breaking, spinning like tornado, breaking, spinning like turntable, breaking, dancing, breaking, transcendental, breaking, spinning like tornado, breaking, spinning like turntable, breaking, dancing, breaking. This is a dance floor.